back here for the conclusion of our SCG Tour Spotlight featuring Todd Stevens' Bant Humans deck. Went 3-4-2/4-1. I don't know. Technically had a loss against Black-White Control with a corrupted file, which you guys did not really see. Also did not have negates in my deck, so sorry. There was a clerical issue on the website, I guess, and I did not have negates for several of the matches in the league, but played a 5th round versus Sphinx's Tutelage with negate, but I don't think it was too relevant except for the one match that you guys saw against Black-White where we won anyways, so I do apologize for that, but yeah, this deck is good. It's kind of just the evolution of Bant Company as we know it. As the format's evolved, as the format's evolved, it's turned from kind of like this tempo stuff where Bounding Crisis is good to this more like aggressive streamlined shell where Lambhole Pacifist like matches up well against these both control decks with Ollie's Lieutenant and against beatdown decks by just being this big brick wall. Tireless Tracker just incidentally is a human, generates lots of card advantage, gives you the ability to play a powerful late game and have early aggressive starts. Sorry, I can't talk. And so this deck like kind of plays well at every stage of the game, which is exactly what you want in your mid-range deck. Eldrazi Displacer is kind of the bigger innovation, I suppose, in these decks. Didn't really get to show off this card too much. Activated it maybe like 3 or 4 times throughout the course of the video, but just another card that gives this deck so much resiliency and so much of a late game against other creature decks. It's really tough for green-white tokens to deal with this card in the late game, even though we didn't actually play against that matchup. But I think Todd's main deck looks pretty tight. The only card that maybe I could see cutting is like the Ojutai's Command. I boarded it out a lot. It's just kind of slow. You have tons of things to do with your mana between Displacer, Recruiter, Tireless Tracker, Thraben Inspector making clues as well. And you're also going to like play mini games where the first couple turns your lands are going to the battlefield tap, so you can't really like hold up command on like 4 or 5. The dream scenario is like holding up Split Card, Collected Company, and Ojutai's Command, but like the chances of that happening are so slim. I would certainly argue maybe like cutting that card, maybe even adding a 26 land. I think you're much more prone to getting screwed than flooded because of all your mana sinks. Maybe like some Nissa Vastwood Seers. I love that card more than life itself, and I really like it in company decks. Not sure if the mana can be improved upon. I'm not actually sure off the top of my head how different Todd's mana is versus like stock, like some of the GP top 8 lists, but for the most part the colors felt fine. It's just, again, getting your lands to actually enter the battlefield untapped. As far as the sideboard, we drew Profaner of the Dead, but never actually cast it in that game against humans. Not sure how much I like that. I know Todd, his hashtag on Twitter for the tournament had something to do with Graph Mall. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it's kind of his like funny addition to the deck. I have no idea how good it is, to be honest. I also think I brought it in against humans and drew it, but didn't actually get to play and activate it. I like Den Protector Negate. That package is awesome. It's definitely one of the selling points of this deck is post-board you can kind of like incidentally have Den Protector as a human, so maybe those synergies come up, but being able to play this, Drago game, you can like be patient, maybe even have like Archangel Abyss in your deck at the time, and then you can like, just pace the game really well. You're drawing cards with Dustwatch Recruiter and other clues. You can negate if you need to, flip it for Den Protector, rebuy negate. This deck just plays really well when it's actually able to draw lands and keep the battlefield relatively at parity or stay ahead. Stones, Declaration Stone's awesome, Archangel Absence awesome, even though it's not exactly clear in what matchups you would want it in exactly, but it's just a generically good card. Gideon Ally of Zendikar was probably the best sideboard card in the games that we played today. And I have heard from many sources that Linval the Preserver is super awesome right now against like green-white tokens and in these kinds of mirror matches, so I could definitely see that, and she is definitely a house with Displacer. But overall, this is just one again. Gosh, I can't talk today. It's going to move to be one of these staples of the format, and I think this version is just superior to most of the versions out there. So small tweaks you can make. There's a few flex slots, but overall, I think this is an excellent deck to play right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I do apologize again for the technical difficulty and the sideboard mix-up, but hope you enjoyed the videos. I think these might be becoming more of a common occurrence, so tune in. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.